Hello and welcome back with me, Admiral, joining me back on Star Trek Fleet Command as always. So, I just want to put out, thank you very much for everybody that has obviously stayed with the channel over the last couple of months. And again, thank you to Patrick, I believe it was, for the donation that he provided the other day to the channel. That did allow me to buy the Battle Pass. So thank you very much to you. Just want to make sure I get your name right. So I think it was Patrick, wasn't it? Yeah, Patrick Candler. So thank you very much once again. I just wanted to make it official and say it out loud rather than just over messages. In today's video, what we're going to do is we're going to go through the new officers, their abilities. We're not going to talk too much in detail of what they can do. That's going to come up in next week's video. After the next video, which will be based around the Discovery and some of the events, obviously that use the Discovery and stuff as well, and missions and stuff that you can utilize with the Discovery as well. So that will come next week. Today is just going to be a brief overview of all the officers. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, let me know, which is a big one. This is going to be a big one now. Let me know what videos you want to see. Anything I've missed in the last 2 months. Anything that you want to see that's upcoming. Or anything you want to talk about, then please do let me know in the comments down below. I can only do videos that you want to see, so it's more beneficial for me if you let me know what obviously you want to see. Also, if you appreciate the channel, then I will leave a PayPal link down below. Anything from $1 to however much is all appreciated and will all get refunded back into either the game by buying packs or subsequently buying equipment for doing streams or YouTube videos are the such. So anything, if you do appreciate the content, then please do leave a tip down below or a donation in the PayPal link down below. Anyway, moving on. So first one we come to is Origin Saru. His first ability is Vigilant. So Origin Saru increases the defense of all officers on the ship by 10. I mean, okay, I don't feel like that's a very good one to have, but hey ho. Origin Saru increases the whole health of the ship by 7%. That's a really good one to have, especially if you compare it or you pair that with, say, in fact, we won't go into it. We'll do that next week, was what I was saying. We'll just go through the abilities. So it's a good one. I think that's a good one to have. Again, next week's video I'll explain why. So the next one we're going to get is Origin's Stamets. So his abilities obviously is biologist, as is captain maneuver, which is Stamets increases the health of all officers on ship by 10 as well. So again, obviously you can get like a double stack there, so you can get defense and you can get health added by 10 for all the officers on the ship. And then his secondary again, I don't feel like that's too good though, to be fair. But his secondary ability is really good. So Origins increases the warp speed of the ship by 34%. That's just for my level, obviously, of person, because I only obviously have a level 10. So it will change. But yeah, I think this is a really good ability. And increasing the warp speed by 34% is a very, very good offset. Especially when you're traveling around the galaxy or you need to do missions or you need to just do things that are far away. That's something that's very, very beneficial. And then moving on, we got Origins Burnham. I'm not entirely sure why they have Origins and then we have the actual characters. I'm not entirely sure why they've done that. But hey ho, we'll go with what they've done. So we've got Origins setup and then you got like the actual setup. So Vulcan Hello, which is her first one. So Origins increases the attack of all officers by 15. So again, this is like a stacked one again. So if you add all three on as officers on the well, you could use one of the three to get the attack, defense, or the health up, depending on which, obviously, one you're using. Then you got Risk Taker, or it increases the weapons damage of the ship by 11%, which again is not that bad. Like 11% is actually quite a nice sort of like decent amount, especially if you got a heavy hitting attacker. Like say, for example, if you're using a Saladin, you could use that to increase the attack even further, which obviously is going to be beneficial, especially on the Alpha Strike on the first round. So that is a very beneficial one to use for that, for example. Then we're going into, so again, we're going into the uncommons. These are both uncommons. Then we got Tilly. So the power of math. So at the start of combat, when defending from a player attack, Tilly decreases the opponent's shield health by 10% of its starting shield health. So it just gives it a straight up debuff for 10%. So it starts off with 10% less shields than you would, for example. So again, that could be beneficial, especially if you're very close to the enemy's power level. So you straight away, you're already decreasing their health. So, or the health of their shield, should I say. So it potentially could work out in your benefit because you've got less shields to then get through overall. And then you got hold your horses, which is every time the ship is hit by an opponent's weapon attack, Tilly has a 30% chance to decrease the opponent's officer's attack by 15%. This is also cumulative, so that's actually very good, especially if you can get it to pop a few times throughout a battle. As it says underneath, it says decreasing attack may result in a decrease in damage because obviously they stack to each other. Well, not precisely, but they kind of do stack with each other. So again, that's actually not a bad ability to use. That's actually a pretty decent one to have, especially if you can get it firing, or you can get obviously the bonuses, you know, with putting the same sort of officers on board. Like Discovery Crew, if you put all them together, for example, and get the bonuses, that'll probably help that ability as well. Then we're going into the rares. So we've got Saru. So his captain's ability is obviously Precautions. When fighting players, every time your ship is hit by a critical hit, Saru decreases the critical hit chance of the opponent's ship by 10%. That's a really good ability, to be fair, especially against PvP. If you are doing a lot of PvP, then that's a really good ability to use, because obviously a lot of players use the likes of Khan and stuff like that, which obviously increases the critical chance to hit the opponent, depending on obviously a level from 1 to like 3% each time you get hit. So straight away, if you then get hit by that critical hit chance, as long as it doesn't kill you, you're automatically reducing it back down to 10%, or by 10%, which is really, really good to use. And then avoid danger when fighting players. Saru decreases the opponent's weapon damage by 30%. Again, another really good one to have as your captain if you're going against PvP. Well, if you're doing a lot of PvP, he's a very good one to have. Even if this was just the officer ability, this is a very, very good one to have. I mean, decreasing the weapon's damage by 30% overall is a massive decrease. So that is a very good one to use. And again, you could probably buff that up by putting multiple Discovery Crews together. So that's a really good one to use for PvP mainly, obviously. I don't have Pulse Stammet yet, but we can go through his obviously different ones. So Network Navigator. So Stammet increases the cost efficiency of jumping and summoning with the Discovery by 20%. Again, that's going to be beneficial because it'll just save you mycelium in the future. I don't think it's a huge one, but it could save you obviously a lot in the future. When defending against a player, Stammet decreases the opponent's armor piercing by 40%. Again, if you stack that with Saru, for example, that's going to be a massive debuff to the enemy. In terms of PvP, that's going to be a huge debuff, a 30% reduction in damage, and then a 40% reduction in armor piercing. That is huge. So that is a really good ability as an officer ability. His first one's neither here nor there, but his second ability is very good. Then we got to Michael Burnham. So Steadfast. So this is increases the impulse speed of the ship by 15. So again, it just speeds the ship up overall. So that's not a bad ability, especially if you're trying to run away from opponents and stuff like that. Get in, do some sort of alpha strikes, and then leave the system and stuff. So that's a sort of a decent ability to be able to do. And then you got Initiative. When fighting players from each weapon attack that hits the opponent, Michael Burnham removes 30% of the total attack of all officers on your ship by the opponent's shield health. So again, if you can get a massive attack bonus on your ship, you got a 30% chance of reducing that from the opponent's shield's health. So say you've got, I don't know, say that the enemy ship's got 2,000 shield, you have 1,000 points in terms of officers on your ships in terms of the attack. This pops. Obviously, it's only a 30% chance, but if it does pop, then out of that 2,000 shield health that the opponent has, you obviously reduce it by 1,000, which is obviously what your officers are. So then it reduces it in half in that sense. So yeah, that's a decent ability to have to be able to get through shields, for example. That's a pretty decent one to be able to get through shields. Seems to be like a sort of hit and run sort of tactic sort of person, that one. And then you got Giorgio, which is never fire first. So at the start of each round, if the opponent is burning, Captain Giorgio decreases the attack of all the officers. Decreases the attack of all the officers on the opponent's ship by 100% for the round, which is really, really good. So essentially, you're not going to get any damage, sort of not that much damage given to you, basically. That's what it's basically trying to say. And then the second one, which ties into that one, was at the beginning of each round, Giorgio has a 50% chance of burning the opponent's ship by 2 rounds. Again, you can stack this with some of the burning crew, which I will show next week. So look out for that video. I'm pretty sure that's all the officers, all the new ones anyway. Yeah, that is all the new officers. So these are all the new officers, so that we've obviously got into this patch. Obviously, I don't have the bottom 3 as of yet. I do have these 5, so I will be doing test runs with these 5 over the next week, couple of weeks or so. And next Thursday's video will be on precisely how to team certain officers up and how to utilize these officers with obviously current officers we've got in the game as well. So look forward to seeing that. Monday's video, which will be obviously coming next week as well, that will most likely be on the actual discovery itself and how to utilize the discovery to use the networks, go through its research, what to research and stuff like that, and basically everything to do with the discovery in more detail than what I did on the last video. And then obviously, like I say, next Thursday will be this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you didn't, then hit the dislike button. Please let me know why you didn't like it if you choose that route. Please let me know if you did like it, why you liked it, what you like to see in the future. And again, like, I just want to reiterate what I said at the start. Thank you everyone for sticking with me so far. And don't forget to leave your comments down below for what videos you want to see in the future, because I'm here to obviously please the audience and to please everyone, as well as obviously play the game. I'm here to please you foremost. So please let me know what you want to see and I will get straight on it and we can do videos together. Other than that, I'll see you for the stream, which will be either next week or Saturday. And that, I think, is about everything. So see you next time. Bye-bye for now.